Hello students, in this class we shall discuss a very good numerical from your chapter electromagnetic induction. So here is the question. A rod of length L is moving with velocity v is equal to v naught I cap with its length along the y-axis. If the magnetic field exists in the region such that B is equal to B naught y by L k cap, then find the EMF induced across the two ends of the rod. So let us first try to figure out what the question is saying. The question is saying a rod of length L is moving with velocity v is equal to v naught I cap. That means direction is along x-axis. So this is our x-axis, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, this is z-axis. Now the rod L is moving along x-axis. That means velocity is along this much, this direction, that is v naught I cap. Now with its length along the y-axis, its length is along the y-axis. That means if this is the length of the rod, this is 0L. Now the rod is oriented like this. Okay. Now, if the magnetic field exists in the region such that B is equal to B naught y k cap, the magnetic field is along the z direction but its value is varying along the y-axis. That means magnetic field is along this direction, its value is B naught y by L. Okay, its magnitude is this much. That means as you go in this direction, its value also keeps on increasing. Then find the EMF induced across the two ends of the rod. What is that? Means if rod moves like this, that means it is already inside one magnetic field and it is moving. So there will be obviously motional EMF. That means EMF will be induced across the two ends of the rods. You have to find out that EMF. So let us now start. So I am erasing this. Everything is on the board now. So now, first of all, how to determine it? Because magnetic field is not constant. If the magnetic field was constant, I would have simply applied the formula epsilon is equal to BLV formula, that is motional EMF. But I cannot apply it here because B is not constant. Suppose by moving in this manner, the rod has already moved a distance. Suppose the rod is already here. Okay, the rod is already here. Now by moving this distance, it is covering the magnetic field, total field region it is covering. So I will take a small element. This is a small element along the direction of y. The rod is moving along this direction, it is covering this area. The length of the area is known to me, that is capital L, but width is varying continuously. Suppose along this direction, this element, this area, suppose this element it is having some width dy. Dy is the width of this element because it is along y-axis, and let us assume that it is at a distance y from the x-axis or from the origin. Now this is the element having a width of dy and it is along at a distance y from the origin. Okay. Now the rod is also covering this small element. Now let us first find out what is the EMF generated because of swiping of this because of wiping of this rod along this small area. First we have to find out the EMF induced along this length of the rod by wiping this area. Okay, so let that EMF be d epsilon. D epsilon is the EMF generated across the rod by just wiping this area. Okay, then the length of this, you cannot use total length of the rod here because you have to use this much length, that is dy length only, because it is wiping this area. Okay, now I can simply apply here BLB formula, because for small element BLB can be easily applied. So B, what is B value at this point? B is dependent upon Y. So what is Y value here? Y value here itself is Y. So B value will be B naught Y by L. B naught Y by L. Then L is nothing but length of the rod. Here the length of the rod is dy itself. We cannot use total length of the rod because we are wiping this width only. That's why dy is the rod length. So into dy. Then v is the velocity of the rod. Velocity of the rod is nothing but v naught. So v naught. I will not write here I because it is a constant value. So BLV. Now this is the EMF generated across these two ends of the rod, that is dy. So this will become B naught V naught by L Y dy. Now to find out the total EMF generated, I have to integrate both sides. On the left side, I will obviously get the total EMF generated. On the right side, I have to put the limits of Y. What is the limit? Y is varying from 0 to L. So 0 to L. Now take it outside, it will be B naught V naught by L 0 to L Y dy. Now this implies epsilon is equal to B naught V naught by L. Y dy is nothing but y square by 2 is 0 to L. So 0 to L. This is equal to B naught V naught by L. It is L square by 2 minus 0. Implies epsilon is equal to B naught V naught L square by 2. Here L square L will get cancelled by 2. This is the final answer. So here the main thing is to find out the expression for d epsilon. Everything else is simple calculations or mathematical integration. Now most important thing is how to figure out this d epsilon. And more important than this one is choosing the element. How to choose the proper element. Here you look. I chose this element because my variable is y. In this direction no variable is there because velocity is constant. So you have to choose an element along this path. So I have to choose this element which can be integrated throughout the total width. Okay. Now rest is okay. So I hope you enjoyed this numerical, and in another class I will discuss like this a good numerical one. Okay, thank you.